Wolves up front. Western leading 20-0. Back to Jackson on the run again with running room again. 45-40. Runs over a tackler. Boy, went right over the top of Tyler. 6 and another first down. Yard line. 2nd down and 13. Riddle with a fake. Gives on a draw. Handoff to Jackson outside to the 35. Turns to the 40. Turned completely over and goes to that. Winds up. Throws a bomb. He got forward and open again. Great catch. Great catch. Touchdown. Here's the 3rd down play, back to Pat. Oh, Miller's going to be taken down. They got him at the 5. They're going to take him all the way back into the end zone. They blow the whistle. Down, 3rd down and 5. No faking, back to throw. Oh, he gets crunked as he throws the ball, and it's incomplete. And Sweeney straight back to pass. Rush comes again. They throw it out near side. Knocked loose and incomplete. Nice play. Back to the run, and this is going for a loss, and boy, I'll tell you what. To the left, they give it off tackle, and boy, this is going to go for a loss. The great defensive end left, Gates in motion that way. They go back to the run. Big hole, Thompson got to the 40, threw a tackle, 35, down to Vince. He can play offense at wide receiver. Here's a hole for the fullback right up the middle, driving to the 35 to the 30, and good. Back in there, so. They hand the ball to Jackson. They're going to run, see if they get field goal range, and he's to the 20 and all the way down. Miller straight back to pass. The freshman winds up, lobs the ball down the near sideline in traffic, knocked away and incomplete. Cookie Miller using the timeout. Here's the play as Miller gives on a little broad up. Play action fake. Miller winds up, throws the bomb downfield, incomplete. Good defense by Miguel Gonzalez. This is Darrell Aune with the head coach of the Wolves, Arne Ferguson. Well, first things first, defense. In baseball terms, there's nothing better than throwing a shutout, and I guess that's true from a defensive standpoint in football too, and you did that against Southern Oregon.
Yes, Southern Oregon, we knew we were going to run the football. We've been averaging 144 yards per game, and I think we held them to on 32 attempts to 44 yards. We forced them into throwing the ball a little bit more than they'd like, but our defense really did a nice job and really set the tone fairly early in the game with a goal line stand. Where the ball's on the 1, where we saw their real good running back number 12 go up over the top, and Breeza met him, and then I think Gavin also caused a fumble on his helmet, and we were able to recover that and really stop their momentum, which I really think that changed the game.
You know, I love your answer because it not only turns them away from scoring 6, 7 points, and when that play starts, I'm thinking Baldwin's going to be in the end zone here, and they're going to get the touchdown. But it stops that, but then you get the ball back, and so often in football you see this momentum changes after that.
Yes. Going into, Southern's a very good team. Their record doesn't indicate how talented they are. We knew their D-line was very talented. We knew they had some people in the secondary, and their O-line was very big. We were able to use a little bit more speed of our D linemen and backers and be real aggressive, but the main thing is I think that would have gave them more opportunities and more confidence that they could score. Last year we played them, they kicked a field goal, so it's been 2 years in a row, and some of the same players haven't been able to score a touchdown. They had a great opportunity. I believe it was first down on the 2 or 3 or something like that. So the 3rd down play, causing a fumble, really had their hopes as far as scoring a touchdown, and I think it affected their offensive output throughout the game.
Let's talk about special teams. You run a punt back. John Dowd runs a punt back for a touchdown. Special teams can make such a difference in a game, can't they?
Yes. We felt down at UC Davis we didn't quite rise to the occasion on special teams like we could have. So major emphasis this week. Matt Overland, our DB coach and special teams coordinator, did a real nice job. And also John Dowd. John Dowd, I didn't like him putting up on the ground a little bit, but he also was able to cover a lot of ground, which we all know John can run. But to see him be a little more aggressive, even though that ball's on the ground a little bit, and turn, go all the way clear across the field with some real nice blocks and no penalties. Anytime a returner is running back and forth across the field a little bit, you worry about someone blocking someone in the back, and everything was done correctly, and it's been a major emphasis on our special teams throughout the week with Coach Overland.
All right, here's the dreaded P word, Coach. Penalties, too many, huh?
Yeah. Some of it offensively is we feel like one of their players or maybe two have a chance to go on in the D-line, go on playing at some level. So we got some O-line, they're fairly young, a little bit antsy, that got our offense in along, 1st and 10, end up being 1st and 15, those type of things. Just really being antsy because they're big, 6'6", 280. Will Watson especially, a really good player, and I felt they're just trying to be a little bit more antsy versus just relying on their technique. And then special teams, there's some penalties that we honestly flat out disagree with, and some penalties that just lack of focus and discipline. Defensively, there's 1 or 2 that we'd like to fix. So that's kind of where we're at with the penalties, even though they had more yards and penalties than they had in total offense. It's not what you want to get at all. So we're going to work on our offense and our defense and special teams throughout the week, being tired. So we're going to make them tired, and they're going to perform before practice and after practice. So it's a major emphasis because we're not going to be able to win games, close games, with at Dixie or up in the Battle of Seattle at Central Washington with those type of yards and penalties. We all know that.
Dixie State, very good game first time around against this team, and they took you right to the wire.
Yes, and Dixie is always, we feel, at least 2 touchdowns better at home. So we know we definitely have our work cut out, even though they played Central Washington, at Central Washington, but they're different. We feel they're really a different team between home and away. It was a close game early at home with us. We expect them to be a much better team, and we also see our defense developing. We see our offense at times being extremely good. We just have to be more consistent, and our special teams are getting better.
Final thing today, Coach, just a quick word. The battle in Seattle now,
Yeah.
only a couple of weeks off.
Yeah, battle in Seattle is, we're not looking forward to it yet, but we have film on Central, a very good football team that's very well coached, but also extremely good defense. So we'll see how this game pans out. We definitely got to get a win at Dixie. It's not going to be easy, and then let battle in Seattle take care of itself.
Okay, very good. Coach of the Wolves, that's Arne Ferguson.